For most of my life, I struggled. Every relationship, every friendship, career, in myself, I suffered from anxiety, depression, toxic relationships. I just thought everyone else was kind of a problem and I didn't understand what was wrong with me. I was trying to fix everybody, trying to people please and control certain situations. I was exhausted, so exhausted. Drinking a lot, partying a lot, just doing everything that kept me in bed, not focused, and just completely lost with my life. But the problem wasn't everybody else. It wasn't always the situation I was in. I'd blame and think, why am I in this again? Why am I in this pattern that I don't want to be in again? Thinking, I'm such a good person. How can it possibly be that I keep absorbing and getting all these different people in my life? It was a belief that I was carrying about myself that made people attracted to me. But once I figured out what this belief system was and where it came from, my life changed completely. And I have the most incredible life now because of it. In this video, I'm going to explain my life, why I am an RTT hypnotherapist, what RTT hypnotherapy is, and the way that it can transform your life. So just a quick rundown about my story, and so you understand who I am. From a very young age, I always was reading the room, making sure that everyone else was okay, always ensuring that I didn't cause drama. I would always clean my room, clean the house, make sure everyone was happy, protect everybody else, think about their feelings and not mine. I grew up always trying to prove myself, and I don't mean in university or my studies. Honestly, I really struggled in school. But I always tried to prove myself as a person to everybody else. And this attracted the wrong people in my life from an extremely young age of 13. I had a lot of love around me. No one treated me badly in such of my family, my closest friends. Everyone loved me. My life was not horrible, but I kept getting in these toxic relationships. I kept repeating habits and being treated in a certain way that I just didn't understand because I was a good person and I treated people well. I'd end up in arguments and fights with people that I didn't understand why, and my ego would always kick in trying to defend myself. Relationship after relationship from the age of 14 until the age of 34, I was in always these toxic relationships where either they were shut down or over abusive. And I could not get it right. Every time I would try to make it better and better, I'd end up in friendships and all sorts of things that just were not serving me. I do lots and lots of therapy, lots of inner work, but until I did hypnotherapy 4 or 5 years ago, my life completely transformed. I was in high school. I was 13 years old. I'd already started the pattern of toxic boys. I was a pro ice skater. I loved ice skating. I loved dancing and everything. And somehow inside me, I decided that none of that mattered and I wanted to focus on boys and friends and partying. I did this until I was almost 18. I had a boyfriend all through school that was so toxic for me and I kept going back to him. No matter how many times he cheated on me or he abused me, I kept going back. I was so young. My parents were so lovely, but I didn't tell them. I kept so many things secret and just away from my family, so they just didn't know enough to get me out. At the age of 16, my brother died. And I think this was a big part of the reason why I just kept going for a little while longer, because my mom and my family needed me. And I just kept going in and out of all these situations that I was in. I have a video all about my brother if you want to watch it, so just click on the link above and that'll take you to more of that story. At the age of 24, I was married. I'd met an amazing man, but his emotions were very shut down and we just didn't connect. We ended up divorced within a year. Then I went on a real spin for years, drinking, partying, even more than I had it as a teenager, and I just went wild. And I kept going in and out of these relationships, not happy in them, in toxic or just not serving me at all. I went through so many career changes through this time. I was a Muay Thai coach. The next minute I was working in a corporate job. The next minute I was working in retail. I just couldn't find my balance. About 8 years ago, I became into another relationship. And in this relationship, again, He was a fantastic guy, but it was toxic. We were not connecting. We'd fight a lot. And again, I have another video about that as well if you want to watch. But these things are all my stories, and I have so many more in between. But through all these moments, I was stuck in bed in times, so lost in what I was doing, crying most days, stressed, just physical issues, constantly in pain. And I could never figure out why. Why was I not getting my life right? I was pushing, I was motivated, I was so good at every career that I had. I'd give everything 110%. Every relationship I was in, 110%. But nothing was sticking. I just didn't feel good in myself. I tried kinesiology, I tried coaching, I tried therapy, I tried spiritual work, everything you could possibly imagine. My nutrition, detoxes, fitness, everything. And yes, all of those things were a part of something that helped me grow better and better. But until I did hypnotherapy, until I saw my coach that I still even have today, until I saw her, until I really did the deep work to figure out where the trigger was coming from, I kept repeating these same patterns. Once I figured it out, and maybe I'll share that in another video one time, but once I figured out the reason that it was happening for me, something that happened to me at 7 years old, this then created the future of my life, my perception of men, my perception of myself, how I wanted to show up in the world. This ruminated and grew until I was a version of myself that I didn't even understand at all and I couldn't get out of. Once I did my hypnotherapy, once I figured out what was going on for me, my life completely transformed. So you might be wondering, what is RTT hypnotherapy? And it is something that I have part of my business, something that I do with people to help you. I do coaching, hypnotherapy, programs, workshops, because honestly, I'm so passionate about so many things. But the basis of what I do is RTT hypnotherapy. And what this stands for is rapid transformational therapy. What RTT is combined with is hypnotherapy, CBT, and NLP. But the way it works is so different to most likely anything that you have done. Here's the thing that most people don't understand, is that your subconscious, this back part of your brain, is what drives the majority of your decisions. It is that feeling or that niggly idea that comes back. It's that bad habit that you don't understand why it keeps showing up. It's running in the background like software. Software in your computer that you didn't even know was installed. It's just something that comes up and keeps moving. 95% of your brain is your subconscious brain. Only 5% of it is here. So you might have a habit, something that you do all the time, and you just don't understand why it keeps coming back. You don't understand why you keep attracting certain types of people. And that is because of the way you perceive and give yourself out to others. So in your RTT session, we will work through all the things that you need to get you to a point where you have an understanding of why it is the way you are, why it is that you have this habit. Keep attracting people in your life that are not serving you, why you don't have confidence and self-love. There are so many things that you can work on in these sessions. And honestly, I did not expect what I got out of it. That is why I became an RTT hypnotherapist, because I saw the results that come from it. And I want to help you do the same. So RTT is not magic. Hypnotherapy is not magic. It's neuroscience. The way we transform your brain, the way we talk to it, the way we do all of this in a calm, relaxed state, it can truly change the way you think and behave and who attracts into your life. So just some ways so you understand how it changed my life. Like I mentioned, I was in multiple toxic relationships. I was in careers that were good, but they weren't serving me. I had friends that, I just loved, but it was hard to be around them. As soon as I did my session, I left that man that I was with. I changed my career. I met the most incredible man months later that transformed the way I felt, transformed my life completely. He was a completely different version of every single person I'd met in the past. And we're still together now, 3 years later. So in love, so happy, so content. We want the exact same things. And this would never have happened if I had not changed the way I was because I would never have attracted him. He never would have connected to my energy, the way I was feeling about myself. That's what he was finding attracting. And I would never have found him attractive, because if I felt the way I used to, that sort of man is not what would have attracted me to fix and change, because I was a people pleaser and I love to fix people. And I can tell you, he does not need fixing. So here we are in this completely 50-50 relationship where we are ourselves, but we are growing and evolving together. I finally had the confidence to own my own business, to do what I'm doing now, to become a hypnotherapist and to help other people, because I finally have enough self-love and confidence in myself to believe that I can help you. Another big thing for me was I always wanted to do a boxing fight. I'm a Muay Thai coach by heart, and I love coaching and I love fitness. And what I did after my hypnotherapy session, within weeks, I decided to do my first boxing fight. Suddenly, I had this confidence to do it. And I did it. After 12 weeks of really hard training, I did the fight. Not because I wanted to win, but because it was on my bucket list, something that I kept hesitating to do for 8 years before that. So many things can happen to you that you never expected to do, because once you take action, once I did my session and once I took action, my life transformed, because every action you take builds your confidence even more and more. So this just didn't all happen by chance. This happened because I did the deeper work. I figured out what was going on for me and realizing that actually none of it was my fault, and that I am lovable, I am enough, and I deserve to have the life that I wanted. And I know that it's possible for you as well. So this sort of hypnotherapy is for you if you're a woman that keeps getting stuck in certain relationships. You people please, you try to help them and nothing is changing. This is actually not them. Even though whatever they're doing may not be right, you need to focus on yourself so that you can grow in another direction. For women that never feel like they're quite enough, like you're always trying to prove something, that you get walked over, people just use and abuse you with everything that you try to do, even when you get resentful and you just want to do something for yourself. For women that are ready for change, you want to stop drinking, you want to stop partying, proving yourself, going out with boys or women or whatever it is in these relationships that are just not good for you. You keep selling yourself and not giving to yourself, and you're ready to transform your life. You can become more you if you just do the deeper work. So it might take you some time to want to consider doing this sort of therapy. Some people, it's extremely deep for them and you have to be truly ready to want to do it. But in this video, I just wanted to explain to you a bit about what I do, about how motivated I am to help women, especially young women as well, that are truly stuck in what they're trying to do, stuck in social media, their confidence, this self-doubt, because there is so much noise in the world. There was enough noise in the world when I was young, and I cannot even imagine what it's like to be a young person in it today. So be sure to subscribe, even if that's all you need right now. I give videos every single week. You can join my newsletter where I give you prompts and ideas and starting to build a community that truly want to grow and change. And if you want to know more, just email me, message me. I'd love to connect, and I hope to see you soon.